Hey, good morning everyone, and welcome back to Garden Mess. I'm Carrie, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing a short tour of my side garden and my front garden. So let's go and take a look at my west side garden. Outside of my gate to my backyard is my driveway, and this is the west side garden. I'm still removing grass. I have so many projects going, I have not gotten to get back to this area to get the rest of this grass out, but that is in the works. We are actively working on it. We've been working on a vegetable garden. Anyway, back into 2020, this entire side of my house had 8-foot tall, 30-year mature shrubs. I had a Japanese yew. I had small leaf holly. I had a euonymus. No, it wasn't euonymus. It was Iliagnus. I had a silverberry over here. And all of them were so tall that that window you see there was covered. Now, currently, my husband is working in our garage with wood, and so he's got an air conditioning system, a little system set up because it's so hot and humid. He needs that garage to be somewhat cool. But anyway, when COVID hit and real estate slowed way down, of course, because of all the unknowns, I decided that I would do something to take up my time. And I just thought, how about I just get rid of all those shrubs that are in that area? And that's what I did. And I will be putting together a before and after of this area. This little first section right here changes all the time. This is what I change. It doesn't have any shrubs that are permanent. The first shrub that is a perennial is that big hibiscus you see right there. That is a perennial, comes back every year, but everything else in here is a annual or I place here as the seasons change in pots and things like that. I did have a landscaper come out because I had never planted anything myself, and so I had a landscaper come out to quote me to have the shrubs removed and to plant this up and to create a little garden space for me. And I guess I didn't know how extensive and expensive landscaping really is. I've been in real estate a long time, and I've always valued the landscape and always encouraged people to improve their landscaping for curb appeal and to increase the sale of their house. But I personally never had invested in landscaping before. And so I had no idea. And so when I saw that quote come, it was sticker shock. Well, needless to say, that sticker shock was enough to convince me that I wasn't going to be able to do what I wanted. But as I thought about it more and more, I thought to myself, well, I should just try and do it myself. Let's just see. I mean, what's the worst thing that I could happen? I tear out all these shrubs and all you have is the side of the house. Many people have that. So I was perfectly fine with my decision. So I moved forward with it. I hired someone to actually remove the shrubs. And then I guess I wasn't clear enough what removing shrubs meant because they left the roots behind. The hardest part. So lesson number one learned. So anyway, I had to remove all the roots, and those roots, I probably broke my body removing those roots. I could not dig them out. The soil was that heavy clay, so it made this squish, squish, squish sound every time I yanked on a root. They were so deep in there, and the hard pan just smelled atrocious. Needless to say, it was an experience. And in the end, I ended up using a pickaxe and a lot of grip strength, a lot of tugging. And look, we have a visitor. Oh my goodness, can I get a close up of that? Now that's a different looking butterfly. I don't know. Slow down, little thing. Don't stick around. They have nectar, I promise. I promise I have things that have nectar in here. Come on, land. Okay, we found some nectar. Let's see if we can get closer without spooking it. Oh, I have to zoom out to do it because otherwise it's going to be like, that likes that one. All right, well, if that butterfly comes back, I got some real good close up video of it in slow motion. I'll try to stitch in here, but then a vehicle went by and scared it away. Anyway, so back to this story. This is my west side garden. It gets all day sun except for the very morning, of course, because the house blocks the early morning sun. But I have a lot going on in here. When you see the before and after photos of these drift roses, which I have cut back, I cut them back in February. I feel like I have to cut them back again. They're just massive, too big for this space. But I have a lot going on in here. I have daylilies in here. I have society garlic in here. I have, I just planted that euphorbia about a month ago. I think it's rainbow something, euphorbia. Every so often, I might sound like I get distracted, and that's because I'm waiting for that butterfly to return because it was loving the echinacea. Anyway, and then I have the drift rose. You see the purple loropetalum back there. That is um, not purple daydream. It is something purple. Uh, Purple diamond loropetalum. Purple. Mm. I have a rose of Sharon in this pot here, and then of course I've already told you about my um, hardy hibiscus that comes back every year. The leaves stay that color, which is a nice, dark green, purple hue to it. And then the dinner plate, oh, no, there's not. I thought there was a bloom open, but that was a leaf that had blown upside down. They're light pink with a darker pink center. They're pretty. Then I've had gladiolas. Those are probably one of the first things that I planted back here. Put gladiolas at the back by the brick. They come up every year. I don't have to dig them out, and they come back. Of course, I have like little tomato cages to stake them up because they do get blown over by the wind, and they don't get quite enough sunlight to make them sturdier. I mean, they get good sunlight, but the other things around them can block the sun out. So I'm thinking that's why they tend to flop. But then they do right themselves and start growing upward again. I have some coreopsis there in the front, the yellow flower. I have some summer snapdragons in here, or they're not summer, but they are snapdragons. And as you can see, I also have weeds in here. I didn't get all that. Oh, and look at that. That grass. Oh my. That grass has. Okay, come here. Now. How in the world? This grass has gone all the way up in there. Although I would rather it be St. Augustine grass than Bermuda grass. And I have Bermuda grass not far. Oh my, that's a weed. Kind of hard to see this grass because it has similar leaf structure as the coreopsis. At first I thought it was all the way in there, but no, those are the leaves of the coreopsis. Or tick seed, however you like to say. It's funny how these plants have multiple names because in all different regions they have different stories and to them, and so they tend to get different names based upon the area. I have some snapdragons trying to grow. Okay, so I have echinacea. Come back again. Has my friend reappeared? Nope, haven't seen him. All right, I'm waiting on that butterfly. So I have one drift rose, which is pink and white, and it's supposed to be all white, but has pink in it. Then I have this one, which is a drift pink. That's the actual name. And it is so much smaller and always has been. So it actually grows the way drift is supposed to grow, but these white ones, I mean, that's over 4 feet tall, and they're supposed to be 1.5 feet by 3 feet, or 1.5 feet by 2.5 feet. These grow, if I let them, they'd be 5 feet tall. Then I have some Moses in the cradle, or also known as Transiscantia. And then I have some bidens here, some little yellow sweet bidens. Again, another loropetalum, and this one I'm training into a gumball tree. I don't know if you can see the stake behind that big stem, but that's the one I'm going to train, and I'm going to cut all this growth at the bottom back and just leave that one because it's just grown so perfectly straight. I figure, well, I mean, it obviously wants to be it, so let's help it. I got some more gladiolas, another pink drift. This one is a little bit larger. It has a little bit more space, not so crowded out by the white drift roses next to it. So that might be why it's getting larger. But these will stay. And I'll probably pull up, I don't know, I might pull up these white ones or I'll just retrim them back down to a foot tall, let them grow back. I have some cat's pajama nepeta I need to cut back. And then, of course, I have this coral sedum here. And yeah, I think I'm going to limit its space. I'm going to pull some of it out. It's easy to do. And this is the echinacea that the butterfly was visiting, was loving life. And I was getting some real good video of it. And then the car went by really fast. And then I have some yarrow in here. Now, this is in a pot, but this yarrow is in the ground, and the wind flops it over. So anyway, it's become quite the mess because of the wind. So I might actually pull this one up and put it somewhere else. I might even put it back in a pot. Seems like it does better with the wind in the pot. And that could be because it's not as moist. Sorry for the train. I probably should find which of those bulbs, the gladiola bulbs, that the maroon color goes to, because it's getting lost next to the loropetalum. It might be able to be shown once the loropetalum's trained up into the tree form, but for now it's getting lost. The colors, they're very, very beautiful. I love them in cut arrangements. All right, the train stopped whistling and is going by. Then I had this real pretty daylily. I love this one. And I don't remember the name of it, but I know I'll have the tag somewhere. They sell it in big box stores, so it's easy to find. I have another daylily there, but it probably needs to get divided. It's not blooming like it had been blooming, but it's about to. Looks like it's about to. I think that's a weed. Pretty sure that's a weed. I need to take a picture of it. Oh, I do see another weed though, so let me grab this one because I see it. And I don't know how it got so big. I am back here all the time. Oh, this smells so good. It smells so good over here. Okay, I'm gonna have to find what that is. It smells so good. Come on. These weeds, one reason why you don't want to let them get too big is that they do steal your soil when you pull them out. But some of these grow so fast, and as your compost breaks down, it can create soil, and then your weed seeds can grow in that. So it's not like mulch is 100% effective for long term. You have to continue to put it back in and thicken it up so the weed seeds can't grow. Look at all these echinacea starts. I need to come in here and clean these out. I just need to do that. There's a little bit more of this crabgrass in here. There we go. Look how big that got. Oh my goodness. I also have some beard tongue or penstemon. I think that's what this is. I'm not 100% certain. It kind of, I don't know. I mean, I thought it was this seed in itself because it's not far from it, but the leaves do look different. I gotta come and get all these weeds out. I've neglected this west side, unfortunately, because we've been working in so many other places. And normally when I neglect an area like this is the area that gets ants. And then of course when your plants flop over and they hide the border, well, that's also a going back and let me get that mud off of my hands now. And you're good about finishing before you start another one. Share me the tip. Share me some insight. How do you do that? Because I just don't know how to do it. Now I have another daylily, and it's got the prettiest little peachy color, but I don't think I like this bright burgundy. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's big. They're big. They're much like my hand. Like look at the size. And then look at the size. I mean, these are much daintier, but I don't know. I think I just like the softness of this one better. Also, I have some spiderwort in here, and I do need to come and try and deadhead those. Oh, we got to be in there. Yeah, he likes his float bubble bee in there, floating around every place. Oh, the husband is back. All right, and my massive butterfly bush. Yep, that's my butterfly bush. And it's gotten too big, and I was going to cut it down, and then when I went back there I noticed that there is a bird's nest back there. Well, and when I found the bird nest I just I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait now. But the bird's nest is in the camellia there. But this is where I have another one of those daylilies. So pretty. I think they're so pretty, and they stand up pretty tall. I would say that's a good 3 feet high for scale. Yeah. And this is a coral drift. I think I've pointed that out before in a video. And I'll get to this section in just a second. The sun's starting to come out and I need to get some sunscreen on. Going back around the west side garden bed because I was zoomed out. So just to give you a little view. And once I get this edge cleaned up and get this crisper line and then get some mulch into this little area, get it all mulched up where you'll be able to see the stones better. Oh my goodness, I need to get it out. I just need to come out and do it. Maybe today's the day to do it. Maybe the garden can wait. No, the garden can't wait. The garden is more important. It's food. It's food production. Garden first. Garden first. There's the garden. We've got to level the beds. That's what we have to do. But I need my husband's help because those beds are heavy. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, please hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time, have a good day.